Good evening, everyone. I'm Melanie Hankins Booth, and I welcome you to the live television broadcast of the 46th Annual Starkville Christmas Parade. It is my pleasure to be here again tonight, and tonight we have a special co-host, Mr. Scott Maynard. Scott is the Executive Director of the Greater Starkville Development Partnership, and Scott, we thank you for being with us tonight. It is going to be a wonderful parade.
Thank you, Melanie, and it's going to start in just a few minutes. I hear the sirens already off in the distance, ready to go. And we are excited to begin broadcasting the 40th broadcast on WOBV television. That's a tremendous thing.
Thank you. It's a lot of hard work. As a matter of fact, your folks there at the partnership have been doing their part with the volunteers. So we have to say thank you to Jennifer Prather and to Paige Watson for that. And you would not have believed all the activity here at Starkville Channel 5 today with all the volunteers. It's a huge effort, and it's a great credit to our community to have a parade like this.
It is, and we appreciate everyone that puts in involved. So.
Yeah. So much is going on. We're gathering here in the front of the First United Methodist Church, where the crowd has gathered on the street. And it is my pleasure to introduce our reporter on the street. We like to call him the man on the street, Alan McBroom. Now, Alan is a longtime volunteer of the television ministry at First United Methodist Church, and he has the ACE crew with him. His cameramen are his son, Evan McBroom, my son, Preston Booth, longtime volunteers. If we don't have the best crew on the street this year, we never will. Absolutely. Alan, are you down there? What do you have for us on the street, Alan McBroom?
Well, I'll tell you what, Mel, this is the best weather I can remember ever for a Starkville Christmas parade. We got 49 degrees, clear skies, the stars are out, people are out in throngs, but there's still plenty of good viewing area. So if you want to come out, now's the time to do it. You can't park by close, but you can get close enough that you can walk in. It's going to be a great night.
Thank you so much, Alan. You're absolutely right. And Scott, we haven't even talked about the theme of this year's parade.
I know. The theme this year is a caroling Christmas. We're going to have bands and floats and marchers all singing and bringing us music. We can't wait. It's going to be so exciting.
Yeah, we actually have over 50 entries this year. And of course, you know, that's businesses, that's civic groups, that's schools. Of course, we have to say thanks to the moms and dads for bundling. Well, actually, they didn't have to bundle their children up that much this year. Bringing them down here in this weather to keep us entertained and to make the Starkville Christmas Parade wonderful.
And all the floats are going to be judged this year as they go by. Best use of lights, best use of the theme of the parade, and best overall float. And we thank our judges for sitting in and doing that as well.
Yeah, a caroling Christmas. And you know, you still have time, folks, if you want to come join us here. We've got the lights up in front of the First United Methodist Church. It's a great place to be. But of course, you could be just comfortably sitting on your couch already. Or one other option that we have, for many years, we've been able to do a live stream of this broadcast. So if you've got folks that are not in the area but that would like to see the Christmas parade, you can tell them to go to our website, which is www.first-umc.org, and up in the right-hand corner you'll see a link to the live stream. You know, in the past, Scott, we've even had servicemen overseas that have been able to watch our live broadcast and feel like they were at home a little bit.
And technology is a wonderful thing.
Absolutely.
People will be able to see that anywhere, and there'll be multiple broadcasts afterwards as well. We'll
Absolutely.
go over those later on, but a great time. But you can still come down and get here early. You still have time to get here, and just excited to see everybody already turning out.
Yeah, and we didn't talk about the highlights of the parade. We've got to do that real quick, because you folks at home may not realize this, but this is technically, I believe, the first appearance of Santa Claus of the season here in our Starkville Christmas Parade every year. So Santa, the man of the hour, will be on our set at the end of the parade offering a special message to the children in the Starkville area.
So everybody sit tight and be here at the end of the parade for Santa Claus himself.
And our man on the street has someone special to talk with, probably about Santa Claus. Alan, what do you have there?
Well, with us tonight we have Mr. Fritz Eder, who is either the only or one of the only people who's attended every single Starkville Christmas parade. And this is Mr. Eder right here. Fritz, we're going live to you. So when did you start coming to the Christmas parade?
Do you remember the year?
Since his grandson started in the band.
In the
so
band,
4
yeah.
years.
4 years ago, yeah.
So, are you a Starkville resident?
No.
Are you a Starkville resident?
I actually live in Houston.
Hopefully Mississippi.
Used Houston, Mississippi. I didn't realize there was a Houston, Mississippi.
Well, we appreciate you coming out tonight. Is there anything you're looking forward to seeing tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to see your coach stay.
In the parade.
In the parade, yeah.
How about Santa Claus?
Santa Claus, I miss Santa Claus. For now, going on almost 85 years, I miss Santa Claus.
Well, thank you for being here. We may point you out a couple times tonight. So he's been here every single Christmas parade. We're having a great time, and we're waiting on the first unit to show up.
Thank you, Alan, and thank you, Mr. Fritz. Wow, we'll talk more about that, Scott, because you've seen a Christmas parade or two. We'll talk about that later.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
Since 1971,
Wow.
my first Christmas parade.
That's great. That's great. And of course, we have the MSU famous Maroon Band to start our parade off. And we have a lot of folks from the city, the county, Mississippi State. It's such a collaborative effort. But one of the things each year that makes our Christmas parade so special is our Grand Marshal. And it is a very special Grand Marshal this year, right, Scott?
It is. Miss Mary Ann Arnold is serving as the Grand Marshal this year for herself, but also in memory of her husband, John Robert Arnold, who participated in so many parades, over 3 decades of parades, singing, sitting on the back of his flatbed truck with sorority from Delta Gamma sorority and Tri-Delt sorority over the years, just bringing music and cheer to everybody along the parade route.
Yeah. The Grand Marshal is a special part of the parade. Actually, the Grand Marshal gets to kick the parade off, and there's some folks riding in the car, some family members. But we want to talk a little bit more about John Robert while we can, and Miss Mary Ann, because they've meant so much not only to our community, but also to the Starkville Christmas Parade.
Absolutely. You know, Mr. Arnold owned Arnold Industries, which made up Howard Furniture, Hershey D. Hall Clock Factory, Motor Guide, but he also had Dodge City Dodge. He had Coleman's Barbecue. Just a wonderful entrepreneur and businessman, and he'd given so much back to the community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just a wonderful man and very philanthropic, and always wanted to give back. Part of that was giving back in the form of music, both in the First United Methodist Church choir and singing in the parade and singing on his bus when he had, after he retired, he started Starkville buses and would sing driving down the road to people just sitting on the bus.
And one of my favorite memories, of course, with all the Christmas parades is that Mr. John Robert would actually ride the parade route backwards. Did you say that
That's
already?
right. No, that's right. Absolutely.
Which was interesting to help the crowd in anticipation of the parade. And then, of course, he would go back and he would get on the parade route where he was supposed to be. You can see some pictures of Mr. John Robert, Miss Mary Ann, and their family. But he would get back in the parade route in his trusty flatbed truck where he had the carolers singing, or I would have to add here, sometimes not so trusty truck, but it was always a treat when they rode through singing the carols. And you know, Miss Mary Ann, she's serving as the Grand Marshal, or really the leader of our parade, and she represents the theme, A Caroling Christmas, in memory of her husband. And she said that this was very important to her because it was something that makes her most proud, because she knew she was honoring him for something that he loved doing, and that's what he loved to do. He loved to sing, he loved to bring joy to all those around him. And then, of course, we were saddened because we lost John Robert earlier this year at the age of 94, but he had such a long tradition of supporting the parade and the family. I know that there are some here in attendance riding in the car with Miss Mary Ann, remembering their participation. But again, as we talked about, the participation that we love to remember is that of John Robert. Just such a philanthropic man, such a kind man, such a giving man with such a big heart. You're seeing in the pictures a lot of pictures of his bus driving, right, Scott? You participated in that.
I tell you what, it's interesting to think about that bus. You know, so many great stories coming from that bus. Mr. Arnold bought a bus in California one time, flew out there to pick it up, and drove back. His son, Hunter, who is riding with Miss Arnold in the parade tonight, and my college roommate, Bob Merman, were living in Dallas. You know, Melanie, he stopped in Dallas on the way back, driving the bus to Starkville, and was going to take them out to dinner. And so they walk out to dinner, they walk to get in Hunter's car, and Mr. Arnold goes, you know, let's just take the bus. So 3 people get on the bus, they go to downtown Dallas, park the bus, and get off and go have dinner.
Wow.
And Mr. Arnold would drive that bus all over the country when he started Starkville Buses, singing along the way and just having a wonderful time. And it was very interesting because he would just break out in song over the microphone and sing-alongs and get everybody riding the bus to sing. But when he would get to Birmingham, Alabama and take Highway 459, he would get right by the Galleria Mall where the Winfrey Hotel was, and he would always pause and tell this story of this couple that got married and were on their honeymoon in the Winfrey Hotel, their wedding night, getting ready to go up to the honeymoon suite, and the elevator broke.
Oh, no.
And it took an hour and a half for fire rescue to come down and rescue me and Sandy and get us out of that stuck
Poor
elevator.
couple.
And it was so funny because every time somebody would ride a bus tour going east, they would come back to Starkville and stop Sandy or me and go, did you really get stuck in the elevator? And we would look and go, how did you hear that? Oh, Mr. Arnold told us on the bus.
Oh, that is a great story. That's a great story. So many of us have those John Robert Arnold stories. We'll talk about some more of them later.
Absolutely.
But I think now the flavor of the parade is on the street. There's so many people here participating. Our man on the street, Alan McBroom, has an interview. Alan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am, I am. And I've got 3 princesses with me. Well, 1 princess. We got Princess and Aaliyah and KK. Hi, girls.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
Are y'all excited about being at the parade tonight?
Yes, we are.
What are you looking forward to seeing?
Santa Claus.
I want to see Santa Claus.
I think Santa Claus is the unanimous vote. Do you have anybody riding in the parade that you know?
No.
No.
Yeah. So you see you got on the Starkville Raiders jacket. So y'all live here in town, right? All right. Girls, thank y'all for coming out. We're going to have a good time. Let's watch for Santa.
All right.
Bye-bye. Thank y'all.
Thanks, Alan. We appreciate that. So we've said we're here live on the steps of the First United Methodist Church. It's the 46th annual Starkville Christmas Parade. This is the 40th broadcast. Up until the 39th broadcast, I could say consecutive. But unfortunately, last year, our parade was canceled. It rained on our parade. Yes, it did.
Weather got us.
But we're going to make up for it this year. So this is our 40th broadcast of the parade. Still, you have time to get here. So many great things in the parade this year. You know, it's such a collaboration between the city and the county and Mississippi State University, and with almost 50 entries. You know, at this time of the year when everybody's so busy, it's a big deal to be in the parade.
It is, absolutely. And we appreciate everyone volunteering not only to put this parade on, but the participants to take time out to come out and be in the parade and entertain all of the citizens here. And if you can't get here, you can always watch it on TV or watch it on live stream.
Right. And it's always fun to come and watch it live on Monday night. But then our first replay of the Christmas parade is the very next night. Tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, the parade will be replayed. And so make sure you get the word out for those folks who are here. They can watch it at home tomorrow night. And then it'll also be rebroadcast throughout the holiday season. It will be broadcast on Saturdays in the morning at 10 a.m. and on Sundays at 4 p.m. all throughout the month of December. So you'll have a chance to watch the Starkville Christmas Parade and see our smiling faces many times between now and Christmas.
Or DVR, and you can watch it forever.
There you go. I don't think they're going to be that interested. One more quick story. One thing we didn't say about Mr. John Robert and Miss Mary Ann is how they support the youth in our community so much through the Boy Scouts, and also Mr. John Robert teaching those 7th grade Sunday schoolers at the First United Methodist Church. I wanted to make sure I said that. It takes a lot to the 7th graders. I wasn't going to say that. I'm sorry.
And you mentioned that old flatbed truck, that truck that sometimes broke down in the parade. But I will tell you another story. I borrowed that truck to move from Monroe, Louisiana back to Starkville, Mississippi one time. It made it all the way, didn't break down. I asked Mr. Arnold when I got back, I said, Mr. Arnold, thank you so much for the truck. What do I owe you for letting me use this truck? And he said, I tell you what, just make a donation to the Boy Scouts.
Wow.
So always thinking of others,
That's
always
exactly
thinking
right.
of others.
Right. Instead of taking the appreciation from you, he wanted you to pass it on. He was
To
passing
somebody
it forward.
else.
That's
Absolutely.
right. That's great. So back to the parade. We have walking units. I think we have 4 Boy Scout troops this year. We have 6 marching bands this year. And then, of course, the floats. You know,
Floats are going to be big.
You talked about the best use of lights,
Yep.
the best use of theme. The judges have their work cut out for them, and our man on the street, Alan McBroom, will be with the judges at the end. So if you want to stay tuned through the whole broadcast, at the very end, after we talk to Santa Claus, you'll see who won, and then of course they'll report it in the paper tomorrow. Yep. But it takes a lot, Scott. It takes a lot to put the parade on, and we're very appreciative of the sponsors of the Starkville Christmas Parade every year. And this year our sponsors include Rick Sherman Exteriors. He's always providing the scaffolding for our cameras down there. Backstage Music does a lot for us and helps us with the equipment. Hawk Skata, we couldn't do without our engineering team. Of course, the partnership, we've talked about them. Starkville Community Theater, our friend Gabe there helped us out with some of our set decorations tonight. And of course, the city of Starkville helps us so much. Helps us with the fire department helps us, the light bank, and just several things. It's just such a big effort. And then one particular sponsor that we like to thank every year is the Joe Cardwell family. Dr. Joe and Miss Leota Cardwell have been supporters of this television ministry for years and years, and each year they sponsor this parade, and we thank them. You know, Dr. Joe operated our talent camera here, our camera one, for probably 30 years or so, and we remember him every year with the square knot, because that square knot symbolizes the basics, the foundation. He always said, if you knew the basics, if you could get the foundation, then God would bless you as you grew from that foundation on to bigger things. So we appreciate you, Miss Leota. I'm sure you're watching at home, and we appreciate Dr. Joe and all he ever did.
And we do. You know, it's so interesting how many people come together to make this happen.
Absolutely.
Another group that's coming in carrying Santa Claus at the end is the Starkville Rotary Club. Mm-hmm. And they have been hosting the Santa float for many, many years. You know, there was a time when the parade actually was canceled and they didn't have the parade for a number of years. And Miss Mullins decided to start the parade back, and she went with the support of the Junior Auxiliary and got the parade going again, and went to the Starkville Rotary Club and said, we need you to build the float to have Santa Claus, because Santa has to have a special float, right? And you can hear Santa's bells and think, Santa's got to be getting close. And the Rotary Club stepped up and built that float, and every year since then has provided that float for Santa.
Wow.
So excited for them and all of the other people that really jump in to help us.
Yeah. So much tradition, you know, we talked about that and everything. But one thing, I just saw the motorcade that was down there, police motorcade, and they will be starting the parade, and they are a special group. They're going to perform their routine. I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what they would call that on motorcycle, but it's very impressive. It is the police force members from the Madison Police Department, the Ridgeland, South Haven, the Mississippi Highway Patrol, and our guys at the Starkville Police Department are also going to be in that motorcade that will be in front of us. And sometimes that happens so fast that we don't get to give them credit, and we appreciate all their participation. They come a long way to be in the parade.
And you know, Melanie, what they do is they travel around to different cities. The different motorcycle police units travel to different cities to help and support all parades around the cities. And it's so exciting to see them, and they'll roll through here, and we look forward to see them. And I think we're ready to go down to our man on the street, Alan.
I don't know.
Is Alan ready? There he is.
Yeah, we're here, and we got a special guest tonight. Came out to watch the parade. This is Gracie. Gracie, say hi to everybody at home. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but she nodded. So, Gracie, you brought your owner. What's your owner's name?
Cliff.
And this is a Great Dane?
Yes.
And did she bring you to the parade, or did you bring her?
I had intentions of bringing her, but she definitely brought me to the parade.
That's great. Well, we're fixing to get started. Here they come. Gracie, she's excited. Back to you.
Thank you, Gracie. I'm sure there's one Bella Booth that's stuck in the back porch right now that would love to be here. How exciting. We hear the fire trucks and the police department coming. Also, let's remember that the Starkville High School Junior ROTC will be leading off as well, right behind that police motorcade. You know, Scott, you were talking about leading different parades around the state. I was listening to several different of the morning newscasts. A lot of people are having their parades tonight, so we're just fortunate to have the participation in our parade that we do.
We are, and here are the motorcycle crew now. And We just really appreciate them coming out from the different cities and helping us launch our parade and getting it started. So thank them very much. You know, these motorcycle crews not only do this, but they're also here to help our city and help all the cities they represent in the highways, just keeping us safe.
Absolutely. We're depending on you, Scott, to talk to us a lot about the city government. As an immediate past alderman, you know a lot about that. And of course, we thank the city of Starkville for all the participants in the parade. You know, the fire department, the police department, the mayor. We're going to talk to the mayor a little bit later. But we appreciate the city of Starkville, and we appreciate Mississippi State University. And then, of course, with the county, our board of supervisors will be in the parade as well, some representatives. And so it's really a collaborative effort between all three for our successful Starkville Christmas Parade.
You know, it really is. And one of the things that we continue to do well is increase that bond and that ability to work together between the city, the county, and the university, because we grow together and we live together and work together and play together, and that relationship is just so strong, and we want to continue to make that even stronger.
Absolutely. Again, Madison, Ridgeland, South Haven, Starkville, and the Mississippi Highway Patrol in this police motorcade. That's quite a show right there.
It is. It is.
And coming behind them, let's go ahead and talk about it, because sometimes they march by so fast that we don't get enough time to give them credit. The Starkville High School Junior ROTC, another tradition. They're always leading the way and often carrying the banner. And they have participated in the parade for 20 years.
Right, wow. And you know, there are over 100 cadets strong in the entire ROTC. There's a small group representing them tonight. The group representing them tonight is the award-winning drill team.
And they have been in 3 drill team competitions. They have won 4 first place trophies, 2 second place trophies, and cadets on the physical training team have completed 2 competitions where they won 3rd and 4th place trophies. And then their rifle team had competitions scheduled, and they're constantly competing. And like I said, see, they're carrying the Starkville Christmas Parade Christmas banner that shows our theme, A Caroling Christmas.
And you know, they're so involved in other things as well. They present the colors at all the home football games and in various other events around the community. They're involved in community service projects such as Get Swept Up, the Special Olympics, the Mississippi Tobacco Free Coalition, and they visit veterans homes and nursing homes, really representing our community well.
Yeah, they have some events coming up, but let's just watch them march for a minute.
You know, Melanie, there are events coming up. They're going to present the colors at the Memphis Grizzlies games on December 1st with the cadets from West Lowndes High School Junior ROTC as well, and also going to participate in the state drills in Brandon on the 2nd.
And here we have our Grand Marshal, the 2017 theme, A Caroling Christmas, in memory of her husband and longtime participant John Robert Arnold. We talked about it earlier, but in case you're just joining us, there's Miss Mary Ann. Also in that car are her children, Hunter and Carrie.
2 of her children, Hunter and Carrie. Yep. There's also Margaret, Elizabeth, and Mary Still, who couldn't make it tonight. But excited to have them in the parade here waving at us, and we really appreciate Miss Mary Ann Arnold and all that she has done for our community, as well as her late husband John Robert and all he did.
Absolutely. You know, participating in the parade for over 30 years, the Arnold family. And again, Miss Mary Ann said this is one of her proudest moments. And who was that driving that car, Scott Maynard?
That looked like my wife Sandy driving Miss Mary Ann.
That's what I thought. And then another of the pride of something we're so proud of for the Starkville Christmas Parade, the famous Maroon Band from Mississippi State University, one of the oldest traditions in the Southeast, and have been a significant part of the family at Mississippi State for over 100 years. Within the program, they have achieved national and international acclaim, and they perform for all of us, fans, alumni, and just such a special tradition for our Starkville Christmas Parade. They're coming into view right here in front of us, and it's always a pleasure to listen to them.
You know, the band plays such a key role in student life. They're over 300 strong, and The band membership provides students with opportunities to develop their musicianship, social skills, and leadership skills. Let's listen to the band. You know, this band has an average ACT score of over 26, and over 75% of the band graduated in the top 25% of their high school class.
Wow, that's amazing. 1 out of 5 band students was a member of the all-state band in their home state. And let me just say, as a proud football fan at Mississippi State University, and we could talk about that all night if we wanted to, but we won't, I love the fact that our band fills up our stadium.
I tell you, it is so nice. And look who's coming. It's Mayor Lynn Spruill.
Lynn is a native of Starkville and a graduate of Starkville High School and Mississippi State University, where she got a bachelor's of business. She's a former United States naval officer and pilot. She was the mayor of Addison, Texas, and was pilot for Delta Airlines and the Starkville City Administrator for several years. We'll talk a little bit more about her. It's getting a little bit loud here in front of us. We just saw the vice mayor go by, Mr. Roy Perkins. And now we have this, the truck, the police truck that the...
So we had the vice mayor go by, the vice mayor Roy A. Perkins. Mr. Perkins has been vice mayor for many years and goes back to 1993 and has served under 5 different mayors. Right behind him is the fire trucks with our board of aldermen. We have Ben Carver representing Ward 1, Sandra Sistrunk representing Ward 2, David Little representing Ward 3, Jason Walker representing Ward 4, Patrick Miller representing Ward 5, and Henry Vaughn representing Ward 7, and then Vice Mayor Perkins represents Ward 6.
Of course, we're all the way to our Sheriff's Department, Oktibbeha County Sheriff. Mr. Steve Gladney is the 25th Sheriff of Oktibbeha County. He leads a department of 28 deputies that cover 450 square miles in his jurisdiction. We're moving rather quickly. We may get back to some of the folks that we missed.
So the Board of Supervisors just rolled through. Orlando Trainer and Joe Williams are representing the Board of Supervisors tonight. Also in that group, Brickley Miller, Marvell Howard, and John Montgomery as well. And then the Justice Court judges were right behind them. Representing the Justice Court judges tonight are Representative Tony Boykin from District 2 and Lorenzi Carpenter as well. So Justice Court judges have been participating in the parade for over 20 years. And
we missed in that mix our Starkville Police Chief, Frank Nichols. He came through and has just began his career early on in 1992 and rose up from the ranks of patrolman to being the chief of police in 2014 and has served in many capacities. And you know, the chief has just moved into a brand new facility, the first dedicated facility for the Starkville Police Department in a newly renovated home for them. Yeah. Right behind them is the Oktibbeha County Emergency Management and Enhanced 911. They do so much for the safety of our community and making sure that we are safe and stay safe and getting individuals in emergency situations the help they need quickly. Wow. They are rolling on through. They are rolling on through.
Octavia County Volunteer Fire Department is well rolled through with their agencies from Adaton, Bell Schoolhouse, Central Octavia, District 5, East Octavia, Town of Maven, and the Town of Sturgis. They are doing very well for us as well. And looky here, Miss Hospitality Belle Hester.
Yes, Belle was crowned at the local pageant in March earlier this year and represented Starkville in the state Hattiesburg competition in Hattiesburg in July. She is a senior kinesiology major at Mississippi State and a member of Chi Omega, and is involved with numerous service and volunteer organizations on the MSU campus, and she's a lovely young lady. A couple of folks I think that we missed because boy,
they were flying through.
The city and the county, they flew right on through. But did we talk about our the fire chief? Did we mention the fire chief?
So
Charles Yarborough.
Charles Yarborough, the fire chief, is doing an excellent job, and I think there's somebody down on the street. So let's send it down to Alan and see who Alan has with him.
So with us right now we have Brandon Lovelady, who's with the Starkville Police Department. Brandon, what kind of special preparation does the police department have to do for this event?
Well, it's weeks and months worth of planning, but what we do is every year we come together as a team. Everybody in the police department, unless they're on some kind of special leave, everybody comes. We have what I call our family meeting once a year for the Christmas parade. One time that our whole police department family gets to come and work together. We work so many different shifts and everything, it's hard for us to do that. I believe most of our guys really look forward to that. And the police department and all the other city organizations, the partnership, it's a big team effort for the community, and we all get together and have this great event for town.
What time today did y'all start planning for this?
Now planning, we've been ready and today all been in since about 3 o'clock today, having our first meetings and getting together. But again, the planning has been going on for weeks and months, getting it together. We came in today, they let us know where all the officers were going to be, made sure everybody knew their role, and we put it together like we do every year.
Brandon, thank you so much. Back to y'all.
Boy, we saw Pack 45 roll by. Cub Scout Pack 45, established in 1993, First United Methodist Church, and their flow to caroling around the campfire.
And we see now the Starkville Cowboys Pee Wee football and cheer team. And they wanted to tell us happy birthday. They were the 2017 Mississippi Gridiron Youth Super Bowl champs. That's huge. 2016 also.
And now the Starkville Academy Junior Varsity Cheer Team. The cheer team attended Mississippi State's cheer camp and received 3rd place overall. The cheer squad cheers in football and basketball games, as well as chants and telling everyone Merry Christmas.
And the Starkville Academy homecoming queen, Miss Grace Michelle Huddleston. She attended Starkville Academy since she was in kindergarten and is captain of the varsity cheer squad, a member of the Thespian Society at Starkville Academy, and has taken part in lots of productions, a member of the Maven First Baptist Church, and the daughter of Russ and Shelley Huddleston.
And let's take a moment to listen to the Starkville Academy Volunteer Band, the pride of Starkville Academy.
The Starkville Academy Band consists of students from the 7th to the 12th grade, and they continue to thrive in their 45th year. And it includes larger ensembles such as marching band, concert band, and then smaller groups like jazz band and percussion ensemble, brass ensemble, etc. But they are doing very well.
They've got a huge trip coming up to Walt Disney World, so I know they're excited about that. Awesome. And looky here, the Starkville Academy Varsity Cheer Team. The Starkville Academy varsity cheerleaders are 20 girls consisting of 8 seniors, 8 juniors, and 4 sophomores. The captains are Carly Smith, Grace Huddleston, and Mary Margaret McReynolds.
And right behind them, the state champion, the 2017 state champion Starkville Academy football team. The Volunteers beat Indianola Academy last weekend in the Mississippi Association of Independent Schools AAA state championship with an overtime victory, Scott, of 21-14 at Jackson Academy. They won their 7th state championship in 9 tries and their first title since 2005, which gives Starkville yet another championship football team.
They make our city proud when they go out and represent like that.
Absolutely.
Wonderful group. Coming behind them is Cub Scout pack number 127, sponsored by St. Joseph Catholic Church. This is the second of 3 different Cub Scout and Boy Scout groups marching in this year's parade. The Cub Scout Pack 127 just came into existence this year. As I said, they're sponsored by St. Joe's Catholic Church, and the theme of their float is the joy unto the world, in celebration of the season and in celebration of Mr. John Robert Arnold and the joy he brought in song.
And that's the pack master, Joan Fuentes, and they have 15 registered scouts and 7 registered leaders. And they said, quote, a small body of determined spirit fired by an unquenchable faith in their mission.
And right behind them is the Claiborne and Adelaide residents in their bus driving along. The Claiborne and Adelaide are the Starkville's premier retirement community. They opened in December of 2015 and offer seniors as citizens an offer of independent living, assisted living, and memory care. And I can tell you personally, they do a wonderful job because my mom is on the float tonight.
Oh, how wonderful, Scott. That's awesome. And this is the S3. They are the Savior's Secret Service, I believe, a nonprofit organization that spreads God's love by doing random acts of kindness. And that's the SSS, is the Savior's Secret Service. They like to pay it forward. They give gift baskets to the elderly and just do wonderful things for the community.
Tell you, look, coming down the line is the Oktibbeha County Hospital Regional Medical Center. Since 1982, OCH has invested almost $98.6 million in improvements to their facilities and upgrades to equipment and technology. In 2011 alone, they provided more than $2.5 million in charity care and closed out the year of strong financial performance. With over 600 employees.
And a great tradition of singing along the parade route.
Exactly.
Way to go,
right.
OCH. I think this must be Miss Mississippi Junior High 2018. Let's see. Pretty young ladies there. Looks like
that's exquisitely unique that just rolled by.
Okay.
Yeah, exquisitely unique is one of Starkville's finest boutiques, and they just hosted their 2nd annual exquisitely unique pageant. And the pageant winners this year are Jamia McDowell and also Mackenzie Ward.
And coming behind them, the Starkville Elite Cheer Jaguars, here to bring more Christmas cheer. The squad's composed of 2 teams. There's some of the youngsters there in the back, ages 5 to 8, and then the larger ones, 9 to 12. The Director of Parks and Recreation, Lisa Koch, coordinators Verlene Atkins and Kennedy Atkins, and coaches Nico Howell and Jelena Pierce. So there is a special man on the street interview now, a little unique. Alan, can you tell us what's going on there on the street?
Okay, we've got Mayor Lynn Spruill with us here. So Mayor Spruill, we got great weather for your first Christmas parade, huh?
Oh, we do. It couldn't be any better, and everybody's got so much energy and enthusiasm. It's just fabulous. I've had a great time.
And are you going to take the rest of the night off after this?
Oh, heavens no. Why would I want to do that? Go party and play and have a good time with everybody. Everybody's out. We might as well have fun while we're here.
And visit with our Great Dane buddy behind us.
Absolutely. Is that not a beautiful dog?
Thank you so much for coming out and visiting with us.
My pleasure.
We appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Look good on the Segway, too.
Oh, well, thank you. That was so much fun. Y'all have a great night. Thank you.
Okay, back to you, Mel.
Thank you, Alan. That was the unique part that I was talking about, was the Segway. I bet that was a great journey from the other end of downtown here on the Segway. We missed the Starkville Dispatch there for a minute, and they were started in 1922 with just 2 weekly papers, and now their current circulation is about 14,000, and its website's the most viewed news website in the Golden Triangle.
And right before the Starkville Dispatch was Natalie Brettheim. She is Miss Mississippi Junior High 2018, traveling throughout the state discussing her platform, Brave, which is an anti-bullying campaign. Yeah. She is the granddaughter of Leroy and Nan Rushing of Starkville.
Wow, and that was the Jaguars of Columbus and Starkville, Mississippi. They performed that dance routine. It looks like they're going to perform some more. They were founded in 2014, and they do choreographed dance. And they were featured on the hit TV show Bring It on Lifetime Network. And then from then on, the Columbus Jaguars continued to compete in the southern region and dominated the dance floor, becoming the grand champion in all their competitions. And then in late 2015, they were featured on another episode of Bring It, becoming a recurring dance team to compete against the Dancing Dolls of Jackson.
Wonderful job.
They're planning to open a third studio in the Golden Triangle coming mid-2018. Those are the Jaguars of Columbus and Starkville, Mississippi. One thing that I wanted to mention, not only did the mayor ride the Segway in, but I wanted to mention, I don't think a lot of folks in our community know that our Mayor Lynn Spruill was the first woman in the history of the Navy to qualify as a carrier pilot in 1979. So she's used to driving important things.
That's right.
Even more important than the Segway.
Yep. First woman to land an airplane on an aircraft carrier as well.
Right.
This, I believe, is the First Presbyterian.
Cub Scout 14, I recognize those uniforms.
There we go.
Pack 14 is small, a fun pack that's proud to have earned gold level recognition from the Boy Scouts of America. And the pack enjoys forming close relationships with their members while doing educational exercises and outdoor activities. So that's Cub Scout 14. I think we missed Mariah's voice mentoring group. If we did, I'm sorry. Thanks for your participation in the parade. The Mississippi Brawl Stars roller derby team, the local roller derby team for the Golden Triangle. All the women, comprised ages 22 to 50, come from all professions and walks of life, and they've been in the Golden Triangle for over 5 years. Roller derby has quickly become the fastest growing women's sport in the world, Scott, and the Brawl Stars invite any and all to join in the camaraderie and fun. Regularly giving back to charitable causes, they are a fiscal sponsor of the Palmer Home for Children in Columbus.
And they do a wonderful, wonderful job. If you've never seen one of their bouts, it's very entertaining to go.
I think Alan may have one of the Brawl Stars with him now. Alan? Oh, that doesn't look,
Okay, so we've got some representatives from the Brawl Stars roller derby team. We have Full Metal Fiona and
Malicious Resistance.
I'm going to trust you on that. So, how long have y'all been skating?
The team started April 2010, so for the past 7 years.
I've been skating off and on since 2012.
And how hard did they have to work to get you to skate in the parade?
Not too bad. We do it every year. It's really fun. We like to come out and show the community. We're in the Christmas spirit, holiday spirit. Everybody has a good time when they see people on skates.
I think we're getting drowned out by the band. Thank y'all so much. Thanks for coming by. Back to you, Mel.
Well, I think here we have a brand new agency in Starkville, the Michael Millis Insurance Agency. It's a State Farm Insurance, and just wanted, like a good neighbor, Michael Millis State Farm Agency is there.
And now we're listening to the Armstrong Middle School Band. Let's just listen to them for a minute. They're doing a great job for us from the Armstrong Middle School Band. Over 175 students from Starkville and Oktibbeha County. Each has between 1.5 years and 2.5 years experience on their instruments under the direction of Karen Dickman, Kyle Hickey, and Doug Thomas. The band performs at home games and present their winter concert coming up soon on November 30th.
Having played in the band all through high school, that's a wonderful, wonderful experience.
Absolutely. Rolling Hills Development Center has been part of the Starkville community since 1976, and they serve over 140 residents that have developmental or physical disabilities. They're always a great participant in the Starkville Parade. They provide active teaching in areas such as daily living skills, communication, socialization, and they offer a variety of activities to their residents. The administrator, Amanda Stokes, ensures that residents receive the highest quality care, and they, like I said, have participated in the Starkville Christmas Parade for over 15 of their years.
And right behind them is the representatives of Young Life. Young Life has been serving Starkville, Mississippi for 4 years, starting at Mississippi State University and is now also at Starkville High School and Starkville Academy. Both college and high school ministries have weekly meetings with songs, skits, games, and a story about the person of Jesus. Regardless of what you think of him, Young Life is a safe place to ask questions and be fully known and loved. The group meets on Wednesday nights in the Union on campus in room 328, and the high school group meets Monday nights.
And now we have Perkins Little Treasures. The newly opened center provides daycare for 38 children in the Starkville community, owned and operated by Jimmy and Vicki Perkins of Starkville, and they're on Martin Luther King Jr. Drive. And they said if you're interested, give them a call for enrollment. Their float features Candyland Carol and boosts the organization's little king and queen. And the king is Mr. Caleb Jordan, and the queen is Miss Brayley Love. And they say Merry Christmas from Perkins Little Treasures.
Here they roll through. And coming right behind them is the Greater Hope Pentecostal Church Youth of Praise. The church was founded and built from the ground up by Pastor District Elder Harvey Scott. Greater Hope has been in service for 37 years and counting in the city of Ware. Youth of Praise is an organization founded by the church under the leadership of LaBrie Steele. Steele was appointed to be youth president at age 16 and is still serving in that position at age 19. Merry Christmas from the Greater Hope Pentecostal Youth of Praise.
Coming up next, I believe that's the ServPro truck there that we see behind them. As a trusted leader in the restoration industry, ServPro of Columbus provides 24-hour residential and commercial service. They're locally owned and operated and dedicated to being faster in any size disaster with great training and equipment and expertise. And they want to wish us all a Merry Christmas from ServPro. I'm sorry we didn't know who that was in front of them. I believe this must be... I'm sorry, who was it? Oh, that was still the Youth of Praise. Great, I'm glad. I hate to miss anybody, Scott. This is the distinguished young woman of Starkville, Miss Abigail Musser, and she was crowned in March of 2017, and she received the award in fitness, self-expression, and overall talent. And she's been awarded, Scott, over $10,000 in college scholarship. She's a member of Starkville High School's cross country, Mu Alpha Theta, the National Honor Society, and the Outstanding Junior Girl. That was our distinguished young woman of Starkville.
Right behind her is the Starkville-Oktibbeha County School District. Located in the same town as Mississippi State University, the school district as a whole is here to represent all of the 4,300 students enrolled. The district's innovative partnership with Mississippi State University to build a 6th and 7th grade partnership school on the university's campus promises to impact the future of education in our state. Connect with the district on social media using #StarkvilleSpark.
And now we have the Starkville High School cheerleaders, coached by Marisa Blackwell and John Jones. This squad is made up of 23 in grades 9 through 12. And the squad's 5 senior members all received the title of All-American Cheerleader at the UCA camp at the University of Alabama. The members are Unique Bryant, Rachel Hanna, Harper Laird, Miriam Mock, and Morgan Monroe. That was the senior members that received the awards.
Following closely behind them is Angel Tate. Angel was named Starkville High School's 2017 Homecoming Queen during the homecoming football game at the high school earlier this year.
She's beautiful and she has the wave, Scott.
She's got the wave. And a nice ride as well.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, Angel.
What a great opportunity for these young ladies, for these sports teams. to have a platform to be able to come out and be recognized and to be a part of the Starkville Christmas Parade.
I hear the Starkville High School Band. The award-winning high school band is under the direction of Mr. Sean Sullivan. The band has consistently received superior ratings at state and regional events. This band was also named grand champion in at least one marching contest each of the past 5 years. Let's take a listen to the Starkville High School Band.
The band had marched in the governor's inauguration parade and several times in Orlando, Florida, and received the Sweepstakes Award from the Mississippi High School Association for the past 7 years. The band holds a long and distinguished tradition of representing our community all across the world. They've done an excellent job over many, many years. And there's the Miss Yellow Jacket 2017, Harper Laird. She is a senior and is the daughter of Jim and Harriet Laird, a varsity cheerleader. She's the captain for the girls' soccer team, and she's also on the tennis team. She serves as the school's key club and is social media chair, and is active in the National Honor Society, National Technical Honors Society, and the Health Occupations Student of America. She plans to attend, of course, Mississippi State University and to major in sports marketing.
And here we have Montgomery Gardens. Montgomery Gardens is an assisted living facility located on Highway 12 West. Their motto is care in everything we do. They provide just the right touch of care, companionship, and comfort in a home-like environment with 31 rooms.
I see the truck for Laser 96, Super Talk, located in Starkville, Mississippi, serving the Golden Triangle, playing today's best hits, and Saturday nights from 8 until midnight, the best of the 80s. Sounds like our kind of fun, Scott?
I think it might be.
Including Rick and Bubba and other winning shows, and they also the home of Starkville Academy football. I think in there we might have missed the Starkville High School Student Council. Sorry about that, folks.
Student Council rolled through with SHS senior Tyler Dickinson as president this year. Yep. Other officers include Catherine Dumas, Sol Park, Haley Fry, and Maggie Fisher. And we have in front of us Miss Maroon and White, Miss Sydney Ogletree. She's a sophomore elementary education major and a member of the Delta Omega chapter of Kappa Delta sorority at Mississippi State. And the Starkville MSU Area Rapid Transit, or as we call them, the Smart Bus, providing an integrated system of professional, safe, and efficient public transportation services, and that contributed to increased transportation alternatives for our city, Mississippi, and the campus of Mississippi State. You know, a lot of people don't realize, Melanie, that anybody can ride the Smart Bus. There are routes around town, there are routes that go to campus, but anyone, student or non-student, can ride the Smart Bus, and they can get a map online to see where the routes are. Absolutely. Griffin United Methodist Church, Griffin Chapel, welcoming Mrs. Ernestine and Elder Ozell Landfair Sr. They are proud parents of 5 children, and the church's motto is making disciples, preaching, teaching, and serving. And their vision is to be an authentic and active church. Right behind them, representing the Mississippi chapter of the Alumni Association. Wow. The Oktibbeha County MSU Alumni Association invites anyone who loves the Bulldogs in Oktibbeha County to become a supporter and get involved in the chapter.
Coming behind them is the Starkville Homeschool Music Cooperative. They joined the parade with representatives from its 3 choirs, 2 concert bands, and the ukulele club. And founded 11 years ago, Starkville Homeschool Music Cooperative is a Christian homeschool cooperative dedicated to promoting the performing arts for students in the greater Starkville community and beyond.
I tell you, that float is gorgeous. It is decorated mid-century vintage feel with a nostalgic view of the Christmases of our parents and grandparents. Under the direction of Dr. Clifton Taylor, the band plays traditional Christmas carols.
And coming behind them is the MSU Dance Group. I have some information on that group. They are the Ballroom Dance Club, a social organization that strives to provide, advance, and encourage the opportunity to learn and practice ballroom dancing. Their membership totals 40 people, and they offer dance lessons at the Sanderson Center on Sundays at 4 p.m. for their club members and for anybody else that has a Sanderson Center membership. And they're clothed in costumes and accessories from the costume party located at College Park Shopping Center, and they specialize in unique and quality costumes for adults.
I believe I see the Grinch.
The Grinch, wait a minute.
Marching with them. But of course the Grinch
That is not the Grinch.
Paul's Christmas. Oh, that's Santa.
That's Santa Claus.
In front of Santa was the Grinch.
Absolutely, I'm just teasing. Of course, on the Starkville Rotary float that you talked about earlier, the Rotary Club, founded in 1924 with only 18 charter members, now consists of more than 180 community leaders, and they are one of more than 32,000 Rotary clubs in more than 200 countries, and they have 1.2 million members worldwide. And our Starkville Rotary Club, Scott, you know a lot about this, is the second largest in our district, and we have 44 clubs in central Mississippi. Now this is interesting. Tell us.
The Rotary Club does a lot of wonderful things. The emergency room at Octavia County Hospital was equipped through a $2,500 grant from the Rotary Club. They also provide $1,500 for specialized eye equipment for the hospital, and for many, many years, Rotarians throughout this part of the South have maintained a hospital for crippled adults in Memphis and participating in kidney dialysis as well. They do a wonderful job and are involved in a lot of things.
And of course, you know, I told the folks at home earlier that we had the man of the hour coming to join us on set so that he could be giving the children the first word from Santa Claus at Christmas time.
I think we're going to go down to our man on the street, Alan McBroom, who has the man of the hour, Santa Claus. Alan.
Oh, listen, I've waited for this for a long time. Sir, what's your name?
Santa Claus.
Ladies and gentlemen, Santa Claus here at the end of the parade. Has it been a good parade for you, Santa?
It's been a great parade. A lot of people, not ice cold, not wet. Great parade night.
What was the weather like when you left the North Pole?
Gosh, it was cold and wet. Holy cow.
I've always wondered, when you come down here for the parade, who takes care of Rudolph?
Mrs. Claus. Yes.
So, do you have to fly back tonight?
I'll probably spend the night somewhere in the Golden Triangle.
And hopefully they'll have cookies and milk for you as always.
Merry Christmas, Starkville.
Thank you for the man himself. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Melanie, it was a great night for the Christmas parade. Interesting thing, I just got a text message from somebody that I know has been in a number of these parades, and they said this is the largest crowd they have seen in years.
Well, it didn't help that we had, it didn't hurt that we had the most beautiful weather ever.
Oh, absolutely.
And we had some great entries. Again, that was over 50 entries at the beginning with all the city dignitaries and then county officials, and then ending with Starkville Rotary Club's float, as we always do, and Santa Claus. It was just wonderful. And, you know, I would not envy the judges, as a matter of fact. Who are our judges tonight?
So we have 3 judges tonight. Mitzi Johnson, who is the Assistant Dean of the College of Education, Fred White with the Mississippi Highway Patrol, and Frank Childs with Frank Childs State Farm Insurance.
And again, they are judging in the areas of best use of theme, best use of lights, and best overall flow.
Yep. So tough decisions they will have. Want to thank all the bands that came out tonight as well. Lots of great music. And thank all the people who came out.
Yeah, thanking everyone is important because, as we said earlier, this is such a volunteer effort. We had the best crew today. We want to thank Olin Booth and his crew, our chief engineer for many, many years. We want to thank Ralph Oliveri, our director of many, many years. Our returning production manager, Chris White, is here this year. Bill Green, our producer, has done a great job. And our technical director and just a man of the moment most of the time, our intern, Colin McCauley, has been here. Our cameramen, beginning with John Tomlinson, and then of course Preston and Evan McBroom. Our audio guy, Ross Swanner, and so many folks. You've got some folks from the partnership that you'd like to thank.
Certainly. First of all, I want to thank our Grand Marshal, Miss Mary Ann Arnold, for serving as Grand Marshal. It was wonderful to have her. The partnership staff, Paige Watson, Jennifer Prather, Hunter Harrington, and Brittany Young for helping us pull all of this together. The Starkville Fire Department, Starkville Police Department, Starkville Utilities for, again, their support and help, as well as the City of Starkville staff. Everybody just came in to pitch together and really help us have a wonderful parade.
Mm-hmm. Let me mention again the replay times for the parade. Remember, tomorrow night, make sure you spread the word, because tomorrow night we can watch the parade again at 7 o'clock p.m. and then every Saturday during the holidays at 10 a.m. and every Sunday at 4 p.m. You can watch the Starkville Christmas Parade.
And I think we want to go down to the judges' table to see how they're preparing and judging the floats for this year.
They may actually, the judges get the results back in a hurry, but this year they really had their work cut out for them. So I'm not sure. I see them tabulating the results, and I know that in the wings we have Santa Claus that's waiting to join us for the interview. It looks like they're continuing to make their decisions. So, Santa Claus? I think I hear the bells.
I believe I hear Santa Claus coming up.
Absolutely.
Ho, 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 Santa.
Ho, ho, ho.
And the edge is fine.
I
Santa Claus.
Those would be cowbells here.
Wow, so you see the streets are clearing. Another successful parade. But while that's going on, we've got Santa Claus, our very own Santa Claus, on the set of the Starkville Christmas Parade. Welcome, Santa.
Absolutely good to be here.
Thank you for coming all the way from the North Pole. I know it was cold.
Enjoy Starkville.
Absolutely. And we called out good weather this year.
You did. You did a good job on that.
Now, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, I couldn't hear all the questions that Alan asked on the street, but I wanted to ask you an important question, Santa.
Okay.
Let's say, often each year we talk about the naughty list and the nice list. Have you been naughty or nice?
I'm familiar with that.
I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but let's just say, hypothetically, that you are on the naughty list. If you're on the naughty list, can you look in the camera and tell those of them who are on the naughty list what they could do to get back on the nice list?
You've still got a little time to just behave better, Be nice to people. Tell your family that you love them. Quit slapping your little brother. Great Scott, all sorts of things you can do. And there's still plenty of time to turn yourself around and slip onto that good list.
So Santa, what are the top gifts your elves are preparing this year?
I'm frankly surprised because the gift I have most been asked for is a hoverboard. And I thought the technical side of that would keep that from being big this year, but it's bigger than it's ever been.
Oh, wow. Very good.
And puppies and kittens, and as always, Santa's rule is if something eats and then has to go outside in a few minutes, moms and dads have to agree with it. That just can't be me and the kid, know. Yeah.
Okay, well, and what about the traditional toys, balls and slinkies and baseball bats and...
I've been asked for a couple of balls, but no, I mean, and baby dolls are always big, you know. And trains are big, but mainly it's electronic-y sorts of things.
Well, always, we ask you if you have a special message for the children. We're going to go down to Alan here in just a minute and get the judge's decision. But before we do that, would you like to look in the camera and give a special message to the boys and girls in Starkville?
Starkville is a really neat place to be a boy or a girl. And you can make it even neater by being good and doing what you're supposed to do between now and that night I'll show up at your house. And by the way, you'll have to be asleep. You know that rule. And it's just really important to also remember what Christmas is really about. I'm a neat part of Christmas, but I'm not the reason for Christmas.
Very good, Santa. Thank you so much.
Santa.
Certainly, anytime.
As always, we appreciate your being here in the parade and being with us. But now we have some judges' decision. Alan, are you with the judges? And tell us what they have decided tonight.
Yes, ma'am. We're right here. We're with Chief Judge John Mills, and I'm going to pass the microphone over to him for the reading of the outcome.
All right, the tallies are in for the Starkville Christmas Parade. Best theme is Starkville Homeschool Music Cooperative. Best lights were Starkville Rotary, and the overall was Starkville Oktibbeha School District. And that is our winners.
Well, that's what everybody's been waiting on, is to find out the outcome of the judges' tally. And I think, Mel, does that wrap us up for tonight?
Okay, thank you very much, Alan. There you have it. Another successful Starkville Christmas Parade, the 46th annual, the 40th almost consecutive broadcast, and my pleasure to have served again in my 25th year, Scott. It's been a pleasure serving with you tonight.
Wow, Mel, I'm just so excited you let me sit by you tonight. I want to let you know I whispered in Santa's ear and I asked for a national championship winning football coach. And so we'll see if he can bring that to us this year as well. But I do want to sincerely thank you for allowing me to sit with you and helping co-host this event. It was really fun, and you for 25 years of service. We should have had you an award tonight.
Well, and I want to say, Scott, you know, I started this when I was 13, so, you know, anyway, but it's a tremendous honor to be able to do it because we get to work with the people that I get to work with. And again, I say thank you to the partnership, thank you to MSU, to the community, to the county, and especially to the folks here that put this together, that worked so hard. We appreciate it. It was a huge success. It's the way to bring in the Christmas season. And like Mike said, we can get caught up in the flowers, I mean, the poinsettias, and in the Santa Claus, but we have to remember that the focus of the season is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. That's why we're here. We represent him here at the First United Methodist Church, in this community, in the world. We are thankful. We're heading into this holiday season. I thank you again. I thank the good Lord, and we invite you guys to watch the replays and to join us again at the same time next year for the 47th annual Starkville Christmas Parade. But for now, on behalf of all the staff, on behalf of Scott, we say good night and God bless you.